The world's largest cruise ship, capable of holding over 10,000 people, Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, has officially arrived in Miami, and as expected, everyone is extremely excited. This is a big moment in history. However, it is important to understand that the launch of this massive cruise ship is going to change the industry for the better and, believe it or not, for the worst. And in this video, I'm going to explain how. As I've said on multiple occasions, right now, at least on paper, Royal Caribbean is the best cruise line on earth. They have a great product and they know exactly who their clientele is. They also have the largest cruise ships in the entire world, which is undoubtedly going to bring in a lot of eyeballs and potential customers because it's going to gain a lot of media attention. Their marketing team is phenomenal. They are partnering with brands like Red Bull and some of the most famous people on earth like Lionel Messi, on top of other well-known influencers. Competing directly with other cruise lines like Carnival, for example. Carnival is known to be the fun ships. However, you could make an argument that there is potentially more fun things to do on Royal Caribbean ships. You look at MSC. MSC, well, they have taken recently a lot of inspiration from Royal Caribbean's Oasis class. However, as far as them being widespread for their services that they offer, you can find them virtually anywhere around the world, and they do have a big stronghold in the market of Southern Europe as well as South America. Royal Caribbean has ships over there too, as well as Asia and Australia. If you look at Norwegian Cruise Line or NCL, they are known for having great entertainment, a lot of Broadway shows and productions on board their ships. Royal Caribbean is combating that as well with their Aqua Show, as well as many other great productions. I would argue that Royal Caribbean and Celebrity Cruises, their other sister company, has some of the most amazing shows you will see on board any cruise ship. NCL is also adding a lot more solo cabins in 2024 to accommodate those people that are traveling alone. Royal Caribbean also has that option, just not as many as NCL. You look at the adult-only cruise line, Virgin Voyages. They have, well, of course, no kids on board their ships. However, Royal Caribbean does offer a lot of adult areas on board, like the Solarium, and they also have the brand new Hideaway Beach over in their private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. In the private island department, whether you like all the bells and whistles of Perfect Day at Coco Cay or not, it is the most developed island out of all the private islands over in the Bahamas that the cruise lines own. There are plenty of things to see and do. At this point, Royal Caribbean is also moving forward by adding its sister brand, Celebrity Cruises. They're going to bring their ships over there too. However, it is a move maybe in the right or wrong direction, but that still has yet to be seen as far as how it's going to work out. Covering all those potential positives for Royal Caribbean, I do believe that there is going to be one negative that all of you fine folk are not going to be happy with, and that is the drastic increase in the pricing. A notoriously common but understandable conversation that a lot of people are having over the past year when it came to booking a cabin, something like a standard balcony or a basic room for Icon of the Seas, was the ridiculous prices. You're talking about, on average from what I saw, about $7,000 to $9,000 per cruise to book this accommodation. Now let's be clear here, all of you casino people, you stay out of this. I know you get free cruises and you got your cabin for $1,000 plus $2,000 of onboard spend, or some of you that are in the high-ranking status programs, you don't count. I'm talking about average Joes like myself and maybe some of you fine folk. This also goes for you travel agents out there as well. We all know you get special rates. You also, if you have an agency, may hold a certain number of rooms because you know your clientele is going to book them, and you can offer them to your clientele at a potentially cheaper rate. Now, you could argue, yeah, I mean, that's probably the smartest way to go about it. I'm personally looking into either becoming a travel agent or going to play at the casino myself, even though the house always wins. However, nonetheless, you could argue that it is understandable. This is a brand new cruise ship with all the fixings, never been one like it before, so naturally you're going to see the prices at a premium. There's also the topic that I brought up a couple years ago during the dark times. You guys remember COVID, the pandemic, that whole thing. I said that at some point the cruise lines are going to need to recoup a lot of that money back that they lost during the pandemic. 2022, we were still somewhat in the pandemic. 2023, we were pretty much out of it. However, we needed a year of clarity, a year of confirmation that things were going to be okay. Now, as we enter 2024, I do believe that a lot of the cruise lines are going full in, meaning they're going to charge ridiculous prices, kind of test out the water and see what people are willing to pay to go on a cruise. Royal Caribbean, I believe at this point, is somewhat in a way setting the standard for the industry because the ship Icon of the Seas has sold out. For example, example, they have their royal suites. I believe that the ultimate family townhouse is like a 3-story room that is sold out for pretty much the entire year of 2024 at $75,000 a pop. Not to mention all of the other inside cabins and regular balconies and even the junior suites that have also sold out for the first couple weeks of the sailing for Icon of the Seas. In the grand scheme of things, in a more so general sense, this isn't technically a bad thing. It means that the cruising world is building, it's gaining popularity as far as an industry goes. The fact that people are willing to pay a premium to go on a cruise, it says a lot about the industry. It says a lot in this particular case for Royal Caribbean that people don't care about the price. They understand that they are going to get a great and unforgettable experience, which is of course good. The negative part about this is that obviously it's going to continue to potentially drain the pocket of the consumer, which sure, I guess if people have the money, they're going to spend it. It doesn't really matter on what exactly, but you're also going to see the potential for other cruise lines that, let's say in this case, don't exactly stack up to like a Royal Caribbean, try to also play that game and increasing their prices for you to cruise. Let's say there's a cruise line out there that is, I don't know, not really consistent as far as their experience, and they try to charge a premium to get on board. What's going to happen is we're going to see this giant waves of up and down as far as the pricing. We're going to continue playing this game, and yes, you could argue that that is just how things normally work. That is kind of the standard, but it would suck to see that cruise lines continuously try to increase the price when you know damn well that cruise that you're paying for, let's say for a 4-day to the Bahamas and back, is not worth $7,000. All in all, I guess we could spin this whole thing, this conundrum here, as a positive or a negative, depending on how you see it. Yes, there is a price increase, however, people are indeed willing to pay, and if they know they're going to get a decent experience without the perks that they are normally accustomed to getting taken away, then, well, I guess it's just good business and practices on Royal Caribbean's end. This is why they are killing it right now, but I guess we'll see. I'm also curious to see what happens with the industry and how this situation affects it for the next couple years. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Of course, hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. And know as usual, I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.